The 2026 FIFA World Cup is going to be absolutely massive. For the first time in the tournament's history, three countries are sharing hosting duties: Canada, Mexico, and the United States. This monumental shift in how the World Cup is organized has generated incredible financial opportunities for all three nations. If you're curious about the economics of hosting one of the world's largest sporting events, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our deep dives into global finance and sports business. Let's break down exactly how much money these three countries made from this historic tournament. First, let's talk about the sheer scale of what we're dealing with here. The FIFA World Cup is the second most watched sporting event on the planet, second only to the Summer Olympics. We're talking about billions of people tuning in from every corner of the globe. When you have that level of global attention focused on your country, the economic ripple effects are enormous. From ticket sales to broadcasting rights to hospitality and tourism, the revenue streams are incredibly diverse and substantial. The United States was projected to be the biggest beneficiary financially from hosting World Cup matches. The U.S. economy is massive, the infrastructure is world-class, and Americans have proven they're willing to spend big money on sports entertainment. Major cities like New York, Los Angeles, Miami, and Dallas hosted matches in state-of-the-art stadiums. The revenue generated in the U.S. from the tournament was estimated to reach somewhere in the neighborhood of $2 billion, or potentially even higher. This includes direct revenue from FIFA, ticket sales, merchandise, and the enormous indirect economic benefit from tourism and hospitality spending. Mexico, despite having a smaller economy than the United States, has an incredibly passionate soccer fan base and a rich history with the World Cup. Mexico has hosted the tournament twice before, in 1970 and 1986, so they had experience capitalizing on the event. Mexico's economic benefit from hosting World Cup matches was estimated at around $500 million to $700 million. This might sound smaller than the U.S. figure, but it represents a much more significant percentage of Mexico's overall economy. Canada's involvement in hosting was historically significant. This was Canada's first time ever hosting the World Cup. While Canada doesn't have the same massive soccer tradition as Mexico or the United States, the country still benefited substantially from the influx of international visitors and global media attention. Canada's estimated revenue from the tournament ranged from $300 million to $500 million. These figures came primarily from ticket sales, hospitality, transportation, and accommodation. Let's dig deeper into where this money actually comes from. Ticket sales are obviously a huge component. The World Cup generates massive ticket revenue because fans from around the world travel to watch their national teams compete. A single match in a major U.S. stadium could generate tens of millions of dollars in ticket sales alone. When you multiply that across dozens and dozens of matches held across three countries, you're looking at a staggering amount of money just from people buying seats. Broadcasting rights represent another enormous revenue stream. Networks and streaming platforms pay billions of dollars to broadcast World Cup matches. In the United States, the broadcasting rights deal was particularly lucrative. Fox Sports and other networks paid massive fees to have the exclusive rights to show matches on American television. This money flows directly to FIFA first, and then a portion is distributed to the host nations. The broadcasting revenue for this tournament was some of the highest in World Cup history. Hospitality and tourism spending cannot be overstated. When the World Cup comes to your country, you get millions of international visitors arriving for multiple weeks. These visitors stay in hotels, eat at restaurants, use transportation services, and buy souvenirs. They visit local attractions during their downtime. This injection of tourist spending into local economies is absolutely massive. Hotels in host cities charge premium prices during the tournament. Airlines increase flights and charge higher fares. Restaurants and entertainment venues do record business. This indirect economic impact often equals or exceeds the direct revenue from the tournament itself. Merchandise and licensing deals also contribute significantly to total revenue. Official World Cup merchandise is sold everywhere during the tournament. Team jerseys, hats, scarves, and memorabilia fly off shelves. Local businesses also capitalize by creating their own World Cup-themed products and experiences. If you're enjoying this breakdown of major financial events, please hit the like button so we know you want more content like this. One interesting factor specific to the 2026 tournament is that it expanded to 48 teams, making it even larger and generating even more matches and revenue. More matches means more ticket sales, more broadcasting opportunities, and more tourism. This expansion was a game changer for host nation revenues. The infrastructure improvements that came with hosting the World Cup also generated significant economic activity leading up to the tournament. Stadium construction and renovation projects created jobs and stimulated construction industries in all three countries. Roads were improved, public transportation systems were upgraded, and hospitality infrastructure was expanded. These capital investments have lasting benefits that extend well beyond the tournament itself. The improved infrastructure makes these countries more attractive for future events and business investments. Let's talk about FIFA's role in distributing revenue. FIFA takes a substantial cut of all World Cup revenue before distributing funds to host nations. However, the host countries still receive significant financial support from FIFA beyond their direct ticket and hospitality revenue. FIFA provides grants to help offset hosting costs and shares broadcasting revenue with host nations. The exact distribution formulas are complex, but host countries typically receive several $100 million directly from FIFA, in addition to their own revenue generation. The indirect economic benefits are sometimes even larger than the direct revenue figures. Increased media attention and global exposure can boost a nation's tourism industry for years after the tournament ends. International business relationships are formed. People who visit for the World Cup may return as tourists. If you found this financial breakdown valuable and want more analysis of major economic events, please subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. What aspect of the tournament's economics interests you most? Leave a comment below sharing your thoughts on whether hosting the World Cup is worth the investment for a country.